Hey, 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 how is everybody doing? Pam here with BeeCreative Crafts, and today I'm going to show y'all how I knit. Now, this is not a tutorial. This is just to show you this is how I do it. Apparently, I crochet a combination of several different ways. We got to talking about it on a live the other night, and somebody mentioned the Norwegian way of knitting, which I'd never heard of, so I Googled it. And apparently with Norwegian, you hold the yarn in your left hand, which I do. And you keep the yarn close to the tips, which I also do. But some of the stitches are made not the way that I make them. So, and then another way, another style is called continental, in which you also hold the yarn in your left hand. According to Google, it is also known as the German way, the European way, or the left-handed knitting way. And it's called picking. So you pick the yarn instead of throwing it. Or if you hold the yarn in your right hand, apparently that is the English way, and you throw the yarn. So this is how I do it. Again, this isn't a tutorial. It's just to show you how I hold the yarn. I hold it very similar to the way I do when I am crocheting. And usually, well, we're just gonna yarn out of here. Oops, if I get the knot out, there we go. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. But this is how I hold the yarn. Shucks. Alrighty, let's try that again. Okay, so the first row for me is always the hardest. I don't know why, it just is. But this is how I hold my yarn and how I get it going and how I knit. So maybe it's the Norwegian way, maybe it's the continental way. I don't know. It's just the way that I do it. When I try to hold the yarn in my right hand or put the yarn on the right and then wrap it with my right hand, my stitches end up really loose and they just, this right here just gets wider and wider and wider. So I can't keep my stitches tight. So this is how I do it. I hold everything in my left hand pretty much. So that is how I do it. I do have some straight needles, which I will use occasionally, but mostly when I'm knitting, I just use my circulars, even if I'm working a flat piece. So now when I'm working, I also will tend to use my finger to push it down. So I do have a little rubber piece that I got at Dollar Tree. I did not bring it in here. I think it's actually for like when you're working with like hot glue and stuff. But it's kind of like a little rubber thimble looking thing. And so I'll use that. But yep, this is how I knit. This is how I hold my yarn. So this is how I do a knit stitch. Now I'll show you how I do a purl here in just a second. And I'm not a big fan of doing the purl. I know. It's because it's awkward and I don't do it enough. So let me show you how I do it. I'm just using this little mini maker, light blue, that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. This is Yarn Bee. It was laying here, so I thought I would use it just to show y'all this little demo here on how I do this. But you can leave your how you knit in the description box or in the comments below if you want. Okay, so for purling, I go across back over. Whoop. Just do 2 purls. So basically, my left hand is controlling the yarn, whereas when, I won't say most, but I think when most people, I know a lot of people, they throw it over with their right, and they control the yarn with their right. I use my thumb a lot, and my left hand is what controls my yarn. So, again, so over. Can y'all see? Whoopsies. But for me, this is way faster knitting than holding the yarn in my right hand. So if you hold your yarn in the left hand, let me know in the comments below. All right, y'all. So that is how I knit. Have a fantastic day. And remember, be creative. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye.